Hello, in this video we are going to go over the solution of the problem 256, paint house. This problem is asking us to find minimum cost to paint all houses, and the limitation is that no two adjacent houses could have the same color. Okay, so we are given an array called costs, and each row is related to one house. For example, this is house 1, this is house 2, and this is house 3. And for each house we have 3 numbers are related to the colors red, blue, and green. So red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green. Okay, let's start by painting the first house. So we say for the house 1, I can select color red, or I can select color blue, or I can select color green. After that, for house 2 here, because I selected color red for house 1, so I only have 2 options here. So I can select the color blue, or I can select the color green. In a similar fashion, if I select color blue for the house 1, for the second house I have 2 options. I can select the color red or color green. Or if I select the house 1 with color green, for house 2 I have 2 options. I can select color red or I can select color blue. Okay, now I'm at the house 3. For house 3, again I have 2 options. Because color H2 was blue, I can't select blue. So I can have red or green. Okay. Or if I have H2 as green, my H3 is R or B. Again, my H2 here is R, so my H3 could be 2 options. Could be blue or green. H3 here is R, B. H3 here is B and G, and H3 here could be red or green. Okay, now we have our decision tree. Let's see if we can solve this problem using a bottom-up approach. For doing that, we are gonna find the formula. So let's start with the last house. We could say the DP of the last house, H3, for the color R is the cost at H3 color R. So we know the value. So that is house 3, color R is 14. Also for DP of house 3, second color blue. So again we know the value is 3, and we have the last color for H3, color green. Costs for the house 3, color green, is also given to us as 19. Okay, now we are done with house 3. Let's calculate the DP for the second house. We could say the DP of house 2 for the color red. So for example, I'm here. Okay, equals, so I should pay a cost for painting this house itself. So that comes from our array costs. So we say costs of H2 and color red. I also, when I'm at house 2 color red, for the house 3 here I have two options. I can go with the house 3 as blue, or I can go with the house 3 as green. But which one should I select? The one that gives me the minimum cost. As the result, I say minimum of DP house 3, what color? Color blue, and DP of house 3, color green. Again, because I'm at H2 color red, so H3 could have color blue or color green. Okay, we can continue this DP calculation for the house 2 for another color. For example, this time I'm looking for the color blue. So for the color blue, so for example, I'm here. Okay, so I have to pay the cost for the house 2 to paint as color blue, and the minimum value between these two options, which is DP of house 3 for the color red and DP of house 3 for the color green. So we continue this and we calculate DP of house 1 for the color red. Also, we calculate the DP of house 1 for color blue and DP of house 1 for color green. So at the end we have these three values for the house 1. So I just need to take the minimum of these three values and return as the output. Okay, let's start writing the code. So the first thing that we are going to do is to define the number of rows and number of columns. And then we are going to initialize our DP. We say DP equals, we could have a value none for I in range of number of columns, and then this array for j in range of number of rows. So it has the exact same size as the matrix costs, but all of the elements are none. So for the beginning, we saw that we put all of the values for the house 3 in our DP directly. So I'm gonna do that here. So I'm gonna say DP of -1, for our example it was house 3, equals to cost -1. Okay, so let me print DP here. So you can see everything is none except the last row, which is equals the last row of the cost. So this is the cost of painting the house 3. Okay, now we are done with DP house 3. We are gonna use our formula to calculate DP for the other houses. Okay, so we say for I in range of R -2 to -1 in a reverse order. We start from R -2 because R -1 is just the last row that we already calculated that. So for this, for I in range of R -2 to -1, so we are gonna calculate DP for the house I for the first color, which is color red, the index of that is 0, equals to the costs of painting the house I with color red, index 0, plus minimum of DP for the next house I plus 1, and for the color that is not 0, for example here is color is 0, color is red, we should consider color blue, and dp of I plus 1 for color green. Okay, I also need to calculate for the next color, for house I, color blue, index 1, house I, color blue, plus minimum of dpi I plus 1. This time color is blue, I need to consider color red and color green. And the last one is I for the color green is costs at I color green plus minimum of dpi plus 1 for the color red and color blue. Okay, now I have dpi for 3 colors. I calculate that in this for loop, so at the end we end up having our dp calculated for all of the elements. Okay, let's print dp. Okay, this is our dp now. If I start the house 1 with color red, I end up having the cost 25. If I start with color blue, I end up having the cost 10. And if I start the house 1 with color green, it's gonna be very expensive and the cost is gonna be 36. So I have 3 values, and because I have 3 options and I'm looking for the minimum one, I just need to get the minimum of these 3 values and return that. So I can just come and say return the minimum of dp0. Okay, so the answer is 10. Okay, now let's talk about time and space complexities. The time complexity is order of n when n is the number of houses, and the reason is that we have this for loop here that we are gonna visit each house. And the space complexity is also order of n because we created this dp and the size of this dp is exactly same as the size of the cost that is given to us. Okay, we are done with the solution of the problem 256, and thank you so much again for watching this video.